Thank you, Mr. President. Now, as is customary, we should start off this portion of the program with our honorary theme song, Stronger Together by Michael Averill, which we got to see for the first time last year. So let's see if we can share that video.
It takes one to have a bright idea,
to share the worry.
It takes three to split the weight when it's too much to carry.
It takes four to build a shelter.
withstands the weather.
Anyone can do it alone, but we're
Stronger together.
like links in a steel chain. We are stronger together. Like a tool belt full of tools. We are
Stronger together. Like muscles in the body. We are stronger together. Anyone can do it alone. We can all use a little help.
like a roaming pack of wolves. We are stronger together.
Like feathers on a wing, we are stronger together.
Like laughter with friends.
We are stronger together.
Anyone can do it alone, but we all use a little help.
Like members of a family.
We are stronger together. Like a forest full of trees. We are
Stronger together.
like water in a river. We are
Stronger together.
Anyone can do it alone, but we can all use a little help.
takes one to have a bright idea.
Two to share the worry.
3 to spit the weight when it's
Too much to carry.
It takes four to build a shelter that withstands the weather.
anyone can do it alone, but we're stronger together. We are stronger together.
Great. I could listen to it again. In fact, that tuba boop gets me every time. That's funny. And that was actually written by a friend of a recipient last year. So it's such a good illustration of what we're about, I think. It's my pleasure to host the 2022 presentation of our Stronger Together Awards. You might recall that the Stronger Together Awards were created in 2019, marking CCEDNet's 20th anniversary, with the intention of annually recognizing and honoring past and present CCEDNet members who have advanced community economic development by working to strengthen and advance sustainable and equitable local economies, or made outstanding contributions to CCEDNet. You can see the past recipients here. The inaugural awards were given to 3 individuals who'd received honorary lifetime memberships over the years. Eunice Grayson, Stuart Perry, and Rankin McSween. The following year, an award was given to Diana Jettig for her longstanding leadership on the board. And then last year, we had a more formal process, including an open call for nominations that led to 5 winners being selected. This year, we followed much the same process, with the call for nominations being issued at the beginning of April. You should have all received a few notices about that. A selection committee was created to review the candidacies. And I'd like to thank Michael Norris from the board and Sarah Leeson Klim from the staff who participated in that. And a special thanks to Adriana Zielinski, who coordinated the entire process again this year. So I'm very pleased to announce that we have 3 winners. There's lots to celebrate, and each winner is going to be introduced by someone who's familiar with the recipient's accomplishments. followed by brief remarks from the winner themselves. So to introduce our first winner, I'm pleased to welcome our Manitoba Network Manager, Michael Barkman.
Thanks, Mike, and hi, everyone. Glad to be here. I'm a wee bit sick today, so sorry about any scratchy voice or coughing fits, but I'm really thrilled to be presenting a Stronger Together award to Spence Neighbourhood Association, or SNA. SNA is a long-term member of the network, and they really exemplify a beautiful community-led, community-owned, and place-based CED approach that puts equity, co-creation with diverse sources and voices, and inclusion at the forefront through their community plans, their community board, and throughout all their work. SNA is one of 12 neighborhood renewal corps in Manitoba. It's a really unique model you maybe have heard of a community anchor working with the people of the neighborhood to revitalize and renew their community through housing, connecting, CED, green space and environment, and youth programming. And SNA leads community development also in a neighborhood of Winnipeg that's really near and dear to my heart. And many of the staff team too are also really near and dear to my heart. So I think Michelle, Summer, and Lynn are joining today, part of their large staff team there. I wanted to highlight just quickly a couple ways that SNA has been exemplifying caring CED work over the past year or so. And first is at the CCEDNet Manitoba gathering in December 2020, members of SNA's West End 24-hour Safe Space for Youth, or We24, led a workshop about community-led safety and alternatives to the police. The team was able to provide an update about the important work of We24 as one of very few 24-hour drop-in spaces in Winnipeg. But not only this, the content of the workshop that dove into organizational policies led to other member organizations examining and changing their policies related to community safety and well-being. And it allowed gathering participants to collectively imagine safer and more equitable communities. SNA has opened a community greenhouse this past year, a few years in the making and delayed a bit by the pandemic, but it serves as a social hub, a community beautification project, and I'm also told it will grow produce that SNA's youth employment social enterprise will use in the production of a salsa product. And staff of our network were lucky to work with SNA's greenhouse project through a match with our Spark program. And speaking of their social enterprise, their First Jobs for Youth program is also a fantastic one, and one that has come forward through network advocacy to the Department of Families here in Manitoba, as something that we want to replicate across the province. Staff are really active in advocacy coalitions and activism work in Winnipeg, combining their strong approach to community development with a push for broader systemic change towards more equitable and sustainable communities and economies. I've only mentioned just a couple of the amazing programs and initiatives that SNA is underway. You can find out more at spenceneighbourhood.org to learn all about their work. And they are exemplary of Stronger Together, making the community of Spence stronger by working together with them and working in partnership across the network, collaborating on shared advocacy. So welcome to Michelle, Summer, and Lynn, who are joining today. Thank you so much for your work, and I'm so happy to be able to work so closely with you folks. And congratulations on this award.
Thank you so much, Michael. That was so lovely and kind. Yeah, I just want to say from all the staff and community members and volunteers at Spence, thank you so much for thinking of us and considering us. I know there's just so many amazing organizations in Winnipeg that are doing such amazing work, and so we're really pleased to be receiving this award. We know that it's stiff competition out here with lots of our partners and friends, and after this last 2 years, it feels like everyone deserves a lot of recognition and a lot of awards. So yeah, for us, for me, I always, you know, this is one of the odd parts of my job where I get to maybe say thank you for those things, but really nothing would be possible at SNA without our amazing neighborhood, for starters, and the dedication of so many community members, so many board members who put in tons and tons of time and effort and ideas. And especially this year with the greenhouse, we have so many people like literally planting seeds for the community. And that's just so strong. And our staff team is just absolutely incredible. So if you know an SNA staff, take a moment today and reach out to them and tell them that you appreciate their work. I try to do that a lot, but it's helpful when it comes from other sources too. So if you know someone, please call them and tell them that you're proud of them and that they've done a really amazing job. Our motto for the last 2 years has been, when the going gets tough, the tough get creative. And so we've really been pretty steadfast to that. So thank you so much. And just on a personal note, tomorrow is my last day of work for 18 months. And so maybe some people know I'm headed on to maternity leave. So this is such a lovely way to like wrap up my time at Spence, to be thinking about all the great work that our team has done over the last little while. But yes, thank you so much. And I'll pass it back to you.
Marvelous. Wow, thank you. And that's terrific. And congratulations on in all regards. And really, I think the creativity and the care that Michael describes clearly comes through. So thank you, and all the best. Okay, for our second winner then, I'd like to introduce CCEDNet's Regional Networks Director, Sarah Leeson-Klim.
Hi, thanks, Mike. I am delighted to present Momentum with the Stronger Together Award. So this organization has been around since the early 90s, I believe, working in Calgary, but with connections and impact across Alberta and through the history of our network, really. And this award, it's meant to raise up members who've made exceptional contributions to CED and leadership to CCEDNet, and I think Momentum exemplifies both. So in their community, Momentum has supported thousands of Calgarians to build wealth and economic resilience through some of the kind of classic CED approaches: saving circles, trades training, business development, financial literacy, and coaching. And that core work with individuals is impactful and commendable. However, it's their integrated and holistic theory of change that I want to focus on. Their vision is of a world where everyone has a sustainable livelihood and can contribute to their community, basically an end to poverty. And they have the wisdom to see community approaches like advocacy to various levels of government, collective action through initiatives like Calgary's anti-poverty strategy, as well as ecosystem building and capacity building of other organizations through initiatives like Be Local, as all essential to reach that vision. I think this aligns deeply with the intersectoral and collaborative approach of our network. And it's no wonder, because Momentum has contributed to the development of CCEDNet in important ways. So today, I think it's Kelly from Momentum who chairs our National Policy Council, and Momentum contributed to the government relations pilot so we could increase our collective capacity to advocate at the federal level. In Alberta, we've partnered over the years to build various ecosystem level partnerships. And right now, Jeff, who's here today, serves as co-chair of Alberta SEED, the ecosystem building initiative that CCEDNet supports as administrative partner. Momentum helped lay the foundation for that initiative when we surveyed and gathered interested Albertan organizations and developers about what was needed in that province to advance social enterprise and social finance. But even before that, Thrive, an initiative now fully merged with Momentum, was our local co-host of Econis 2017. And they've been a leader in pressing the city of Calgary to undertake social procurement, among lots of other local policy initiatives. And even before that, the original CEO of Momentum, Walter Hossley, was a founding member of the network. And in fact, when I teach financial sustainability courses here in Winnipeg to community organizations, I still use content shared by Walter with our founding ED, Gary Lowen. So for new members, this might seem like a daunting level of engagement, but I don't think it should. This is the power of shared work and relationships being held over a long time, which is what a network does. All of us together sustain the history and the infrastructure to keep us connected and able to capture opportunities like we've had with Momentum, even as organizations and the field itself changes over time. And this work of building sustainable and locally controlled economies is really long-term work. So this year, we wanted to celebrate the deep roots we have with Momentum and thank them for their contribution to this work over time. So I think Jeff's here. Thank you, Jeff. It's been such a pleasure working with you over the last couple of years. Congratulations to you and to Momentum on this award.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah, and to everyone at CCEDNet. And so we're really grateful for being recognized And so on behalf of everyone in the Momentum community, just want to say a big thank you. And it's extra special considering the last 2 years were so challenging. So there's a little extra gratitude because of just the timing of receiving the recognition. And so, as you mentioned, we are a founding member of CCEDNet, and we've always believed in working together can achieve more. And we're a big believer as an organization in the wisdom of the African proverb that if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And so that's always been core to how we try to work very collaboratively. And I really appreciate you identifying some of the ways that we have worked collaboratively, like being part of Enough for All, our city's poverty reduction strategy that led to more collaborative work and financial empowerment so that more Calgarians living on lower incomes could reduce their debt or build their savings. And also some of the policy change work that we did related to Enough for All, like reforming payday lending and high cost credit in Alberta and contributing to that change and working with people like Gail, who is a big part of helping us do that work. And then we've also really made efforts to advance community economic development learning locally. And that's been done in partnership from the very beginning with Mount Royal, and the Economics for Social Change program is now, I think we have 5 cohorts done. And so a huge thank you to board member Barb Davies, who's helped start that and has really sustained it and in some ways institutionalized it at Mount Royal. And then most recently being part of launching Alberta Seed. And so a huge thank you to you, Sarah, for all of your support on helping us stumble along and figure out what we're doing here locally to try to grow our ecosystem for social enterprise and social finance. So thank you so much. It is much appreciated.
This is great. Thank you, Jeff and Sarah. It's such a pleasure to be hearing from members across the country, and there's so much excellent work to be raising up. So I'm going to switch into French for the next
So I'm going
introduction.
to switch into the other
Maintenant,
language.
pour
Now,
présenter notre troisième
to introduce
récipiendaire, il
our
me fait
third
plaisir de céder la
recipient,
parole à un
I'm
membre
pleased to
du
turn the
conseil
microphone over to the
d'administration du
member
réseau,
of the board
qui
of
est aussi
director,
directeur
who is
principal du
also
pôle
senior
Impact
director
au
of
conseil de la
Impact
coopération de
Unit
l'Ontario,
at the
Michael
Cooperative
Norris.
Council of Ontario, Mr. Michael Norris.
Thank you so much, Mike. Merci beaucoup tout le monde.
Thank you, everyone.
I wrote my little blurb to present you, Ryan, as if you weren't being, revealed right away. So I'm just gonna go along with it. But it is my pleasure to award the next Stronger Together Award to Ryan, an individual member of the ecosystem that has demonstrated their ability as an ecosystem animator. We saw some of it today. For their commitment to Black and youth entrepreneurship, for their compassion for others, their dedication to community economic development initiatives, especially in the face of challenges such as Create Action youth placements. Ryan, you've put the solidarity and social solidarity economy by demonstrating an ability to build consensus among partners through your strong capacity for leadership. I've seen you lead 2 to 3 ecosystem meetings a month, and there's probably many more that I'm not aware of. You give freely of your time and energy. You're an active listener, an ally, a defender of community economic development and the cooperative principles as well. Recently you've been championing the conference to build capacity within the Black entrepreneurship ecosystem and the FedDev and federal government project and the Black ecosystem strategy. And that conference is happening next week. So I appreciate you taking some time out of your very busy day, I imagine, to be parliamentarian and to be with us today, because that conference is bringing 100 different partners together. And it's a huge step towards rebuilding community and economic development since the onset of the pandemic. And I've personally had the pleasure of watching the impact of, the impact of these meetings and the results of your patience with partners, your ability to problem solve, and your willingness to compromise. You always place communication above everything. You make yourself available to host meetings. And they always run over time, it seems, because there's so much to say. You find ways to use your network to connect organizations together. You have remarkable energy as a parliamentarian, as I said today, elections officer, member of CCEDNet, and as executive director of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. And then so my joke was, you know, this award is a drop in the bucket of the Detailing Nights bucket when it comes to a recognition of your efforts. So congratulations for the Stronger Together award. You're well deserving of it.
And Michael, much appreciated. Again, I am humbled. I feel I'll take just a short time to just say thanks to, of course, my wife and the team that is behind me, whether it's Detailing Nights, that is a mobile waterless car cleaning company. We'll come to your house, clean your car without water. And the youth that are part of our youth entrepreneurship program. We just graduated 5 that are starting with us this summer. And so with ACBN, working with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage to really give them a blueprint to grow their companies, and being the first Black-led microloan program in Ontario, and also the ecosystem itself. There's a mantra that I go by: progress is progress, but now I added onto it, there is no progress without collaboration. And so the collaboration with the other ecosystem partners is really dear to my heart. And I really want to thank Brother Victor, the entire Net community, but of course, Mike. And I'll end with a quick story. When I first got to meet Mike, we went up to Ottawa to meet with Minister Ahmed Hussein. And it was in that moment that I realized how important advocacy is. And we were talking about the investment readiness program, and through CETC and through ACBN and through other organizations in our community, we have been a big part of the investment readiness program. So to see it get renewed, and that advocacy was, I would say, a big part of it, I've taken that to heart to understand how important advocacy is. And really, beyond just thanking CCEDNet, it is, I'm inspired CCEDNet, and I believe organization is so important. So really being a steward in the Black community to organize us. We have about 40 organizations that are funded right now with the federal Black ecosystem, but we want to make sure and include all organizational leaders and all community residents so that we can build together, and not just in the economics theme, but health, education, justice, social, media, political, the whole 9. We have to organize, and CCEDNet has been a great inspiration to learn from and understand how to organize. So again, I really, truly appreciate you, and hey, looking forward to supporting CCEDNet going forward. Thanks again.
That is awesome. Thank you, Ryan. These presentations are way better than my report. I think next year we should just have more awards and less annual review or something. This is great. Oh, but so thank you all, and congratulations, Ryan, and all 3 recipients. There you have our 3 2022 recipients. What an inspiring group. In addition to our love and gratitude, the recipients will be receiving a beautiful engraved wood plaque and a tree planted by social enterprise Reforest London, where all Stronger Together Award winners have a tree planted in their honor. So now, just before we wrap up, Adriana Zielinski, our network engagement lead, is going to say a few words. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Mike. So congratulations to all our award recipients, and thank you very much to everyone who participated in the process. A webpage featuring the Stronger Together Award winners will be published very soon, so please watch for that in the next member communique. And as Mike said, this year we had a call for nominations, inviting members to submit candidates from our membership community for the awards. Our intention is to continue this on an annual basis, so please watch for the nomination period at the start of next year. But you are certainly welcome to suggest ideas to me anytime. You can send an email or give me a call. So thank you. That's great. I think we're done, and people will have the gift of a bit more time than had originally been planned. That is it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again for being here.
and for everything you do every day in your communities and your many contributions to our shared vision and agenda together. So stay close, stay in touch, stay safe, and we'll be in touch. Thanks, everyone.